Thank you, Karen, and thank you, Eric. I'm thrilled to be here today. This has been a very, very important discussion this morning, and I look forward to this afternoon's discussion as well. I wanted to talk a little bit about the gap that brain tumor patients and their families experience when a diagnosis is made, as well as their journey through that journey with brain cancer. And although I work with all brain tumor patients, I particularly work mostly with GBM patients. As Eric said, I was introduced to brain cancer 14 and a half years ago when my late husband, Chris Elliot, was diagnosed. He was actually diagnosed with an astrocytoma. The pathology report was a 3-4. And 2 months later, he had another brand new big bad tumor, and of course it was GBM. And one of the things that I learned through that entire process, he fought that disease for 22 months. And what we learned is what we didn't know, and we learned what we wish we had known. And so that's why I'm here today, and that's why I care, and that's why I'm in the brain tumor space today through the Chris Elliot Fund, which is a 501c3 organization. And we work locally. I'm based out of Seattle, Washington, nationally, and we work worldwide as well. And our day-to-day work is patient support, and that looks different for everybody. People get a hold of us through our 800 number, our email, the phone, Facebook, Twitter, et cetera, et cetera. What we provide every single day is education and awareness, and we provide that to the medical community as well. What we do every day is actually educating these patients about clinical trials that are available to them, because frankly, we don't have a current standard does not create survivorship. And so we want to change that. And so we want to educate these patients about the clinical trials that are open to them, and to encourage them to have those discussions with their brain tumor specialists, their neurosurgeons, their neuro-oncologists, and have that discussion and make that part of their treatment plan sooner than later, much sooner than after they've failed Timidor, after they've failed Avastin, and after they've, if they're lucky, had access to the Nova TTF device as well. So that's what we do every single day. We have a brain tumor center in Redmond, Washington, just outside of Seattle by Microsoft. And I could tell you Chris's story, and I will, but go to chriselliottfund.org or intobraincancer.com, and you can read it. But here's what happened to us, and this is why this is so key. I work with brain tumor patients every day. I work with their families every day. And 80% of the brain tumor patients that are diagnosed, they have the same story. They're diagnosed at a local hospital. They're treated at a local hospital. Their surgery is done at a local hospital. And they stay within the parameters of that local hospital. They are not referred out to a brain tumor specialist. They are not given access to clinical trials. That is what happens to 80% of the brain tumor patients diagnosed today in the US, and that's a shame. So we are here to change that. And the other piece is that there's only about, I thought it was 10%, I did just learn over lunch, it's only 7% of people with brain tumor, brain cancer are getting into clinical trials. So I want to basically work with each and every single one of you to get more and more of those patients into clinical trials. And I want to do it sooner than later, not when current protocol has failed for them. That's really what I wanted to say today. I didn't prepare any slides. I wish I had, but I'll tell you what, we did put some information out in front of you, and I really look forward to having a conversation with any of you who would like to discuss this further with me. I will be here at SNO, and we also have an informational booth at SNO as well. So thank you to each and every one of you for all the work that you do within this community. Thank you.